Which legendary Reddit post/comment can you still not get over? The dude who had a girlfriend that struggled to quit smoking, so he decided to take up smoking for a month just so he could show her how easy it is to quit if you are totally dedicated to quitting. He still smokes 10 years later. She quit a long time ago. There was a post about how a guy closed an elevator door on a dad and son who were trying to make it. The guy thought he was pressing the open button, so he smiled at them the entire time it closed on them. There was a post a month or so ago about a girl whose boyfriend kept telling her she smells bad no matter how undeniably good she smelled. Finally he admitted that he was just telling her she smelled bad to keep her self-esteem low enough she wouldn't leave him. Then she immediately dumped him. The man who attempted to throw his steak out the window, his wife followed up with her version a little later. The man whose girlfriend buried his canned beans in the woods. The story of u/Jason in hell is one of the saddest stories that I have read on the internet. If you guys don't know the story, u/Jason in hell was a fellow Reddit user that posted his story regarding his wife's cheating with his neighbor on r/relationship advice. r/relationship advice told him that he will be better off divorcing his wife than to deal with her. A few days later he posts something on r/legal advice to see how he can secure custody of his 2 children during the divorce. His wife, named Brandy Worley, found the r/legal advice thread. The same day she found the Reddit posts, she kills both kids to spite her soon-to-be ex-husband. Brandy then calls 911 telling the operator that she stabbed herself and her 2 children because her husband was divorcing her. The call was recorded with Brandy showing no remorse or emotion during the call. This whole situation was unfolding live on Reddit and 4chan. Brandy was given 120 years in prison, with the jury saying she doesn't regret her decision not one bit. So way back when, 2008-2009, some Redditor got very excited over his 2 a.m. chili and posted an extensive tutorial in full fudge yeah bell peppers style. Naturally this became a meme. Concurrently another Redditor posted nothing less than the life hack of the century: freeze a block of water. Squirt shower gel on top, freeze that, and now you have ice soap. TM, this was a fine enough goof, but the op's insistence that this was much more efficient than putting shower gel on one's body made it become a meme. So what happens when 2 memes are popular at the same time? Exactly. Someone froze a block of chili and rubbed their body with it, and achieved the coveted #1 spot. This site is weird like that. Sorry, no links as I'm on mobile. Many thanks to whomever is willing to dig them up. A recent one, but that 40-something-year-old guy who bought like 5 Peloton bikes to give to the family of his 21-year-old Eastern European wife because they told him it was tradition in their country. Believe I saw it on Reddit, a IT tech related post. Guy starts a new job as a system admin, no other IT at the place. Previous admin had been there for just about fudging forever and left behind some documentation. But not enough to make the job easy. The guy finds a note from the previous tech with a few miscellaneous tips and then says if there is a critical emergency and everything else has failed, there is a box in the server room behind the switch, open only as a last resort. Guy is there for a few years, metaphorical fires get fixed, he learns the tricks of the place. But one day the server doesn't boot, tries everything, can't get it to work, all the files are there, the company can't function, actual fires are about to start. Guy freaks out and remembers the emergency box and figures now should be an emergency, and figures maybe the guy left access info to offsite backups or tape drives or some sort of disaster recovery, and goes into the server room. Behind the switch is a box, pulls it out and opens it to find a bottle of tequila. Someone rin r/homeowners trying to get rid of ants in their house. Tons of comments. One fellow Redditor suggested maybe there were no ants, that they were hallucinations due to carbon monoxide poisoning. Op had his house tested and turns out there were, in fact, no ants, and he was hallucinating them due to carbon monoxide poisoning. One time on r/relationship advice, some guy posted a thread called "My 25M girlfriend 26F baked all the beans, now I consider to end our relations. What do I do?" It's deleted now though, but I still have the full post. I discovered this in another one of these unscripted posts, but honestly it's too good not to put here. Now without further ado, here it is. Hello, my girlfriend and me have done dating for 5 months. I thought this girl is very good, and became of love with her, yet even so on this Monday I come at home and found she has baked all my beans. Yes, all. Oh brother, in my cupboard I store several bag of bean. To make soft and to bake on some days, to have a bit of baked bean on my dinner, or heck a lunch too some days. But on the Monday I find this girlfriend baked all the beans. I say, why do you bake my beans? And she say something as I bakes them good to save time, so I bakes them all now. I am astonished and full of dismay. I say I can for not eat all the beans. She say she is froze many of the beans so as we can unfrozen the on a later day and eat some at a time. but if a bean is froze and unfroze, the very good and very nice flavor of bean is gone far. A bean is best if baked fresh as a Sunday pie, not to be froze and unfroze. I told my girlfriend I am so sad of this, as to my opinion the baking of the beans and to freeze them has ruined all my beans. She say I am gone haywire by my enragement and sad manners, but I hates what she did to my beans. On the days before Monday I thought, will we marry the girlfriend? Well, it might be so. But now I am so sad she baked them beans. I am considered to end our relations and not be the boyfriend and girlfriend anymore. But is my idea wrong? Could my girlfriend make promise to not bake the beans? I do not know what doing to do and how to feel forgiving on her. I remember some guy asked Reddit what movie really made an impact on their life, and some guy said Paul Blart, Mall Cop, and somehow every post from that point on would end up relating to Paul Blart. Even made some leaks into other threads. The story of /u/Spontaneous H, it's shocking how little it took for him to turn into a full-blown heroin addict, but the documentation of their spiral was more convincing than any DARE program I could have thought of. This 14-year-old kid in a NSFW post when asked what he was doing there, and he replied, I don't go to work. I watched the Woody Harrelson I'm Here to Talk About Rampart AMA debacle happen in real time. I think it's one of the only times I ever actually participated in an AMA as it was happening rather than reading the whole thing later. It was magical. I tried really hard to find the original post, but I couldn't find it anymore. Sad face. It was a post in r/Amith asshole where an Uber driver drove a girl to a restaurant where she was meeting her boyfriend. Before he dropped her off, he gave her a respectful comment, nothing inappropriate and without any bad intentions. He was asking if he was the butthole and the answer was no. The best part happened in the comments section where somebody asked if he was living in a specific city. He replied a little freaked out with yes. Turn out it was the stranger cousin that he gave the compliment to. After he dropped her off at the restaurant, she went inside to meet her boyfriend. However, it wasn't a nice night because he broke up with her. She told her cousin that the compliment that her Uber driver gave her some comfort or made her happy or something like that. The girl and the Uber driver then contacted each other through the cousin. I don't know what happened afterwards, but if somebody knows this post, I will give you a virtual hug if you could link it. I still love the r/shower thoughts post. Going waterboarding in Guantanamo Bay sounds like a great time if you don't know what either of those things are. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. It's free. Check out some other videos I've made.